What are some ways that you could have more time to take care of yourself?
Get up a little earlier.
Get up a little earlier, okay?
Pick a day or 2 days out of the week to get things prepared.
Okay. So set aside time purposefully for that. Okay?
Stop doing unnecessary things.
Stop doing unnecessary things like what?
Walking through the kitchen and picking up something to eat. That's unnecessary.
Okay. Or sitting around watching TV.
Yeah.
Or being on the computer. Or being on Facebook or Twitter, right? Okay. So was that 3 or 4? 3? Okay, what's another way around the time problem?
Plan your meals.
Planning.
Planning, yeah.
Planning is a big one.
Planning.
I think of time kind of thinking about your budget. You don't really realize where your money's going until you write it all down. And when you start keeping track of what you do with your day,
Okay.
you get surprised.
Planning, we have one more. I can't believe that you haven't thought of this. How about getting other people to help you? Huh? Asking for help. That's a woman thing. We don't ask for help. Now our husbands, they don't mind asking for help. When we do, it doesn't matter. It feels like that, doesn't it? But you know what? Most women feel they don't have enough time and they don't want to ask for help. But if they work together, it makes it easier, right? So asking for help is a big thing. And cooking together is something that historically, for thousands of years, women did together, really until about the last 30 or 40 years. Women cooked together. Like, our hours are precious. We never get them back. Once an hour is gone, it's gone forever. And yet, we freely give them away to people, don't we? So, the teacher at school says, oh, I don't have time to do this, will you do it? We don't think, well, I have this $1,000 and I have to see if I can really use this $1,000 for that project, right? We just give those hours away. I remember back in the days when I was in this condition, I thought, I can do, you know, I can like work 16 or 18 hours because I've got 24. So I would sleep a few hours, I'd get up in the middle of the night, I just took on all these projects, I was always tired, I never took care of myself because I didn't understand the value of an hour. So you guys get every day $24,000 and you get to decide what to do with it. Now, if you look at the clock, take your pen and at the number 10 on the left-hand side, which is 10 o'clock at night, just draw around the circle on the outside from that 10 all the way around to 7 o'clock on the right-hand side. So from 10 to 7, just kind of draw around that circle. It doesn't have to be pretty, it's just your paper, you can do whatever you want with it. Have you ever heard of the term indiscretionary funds? That means money you can't use. Like if you're going shopping at Dillard's, your rent money would be considered an indiscretionary fund. These are called indiscretionary hours. These are hours that your body needs you to be sleeping and resting.
Colon hydrotherapy is the final elimination process, but the elimination process starts in our mouth with chewing our food, pulsating. And when I went to Phoenix, the ladies shared, we had a whole afternoon session on chewing, just chewing, because it is the beginning of elimination. The more we chew our food and pulsate it and salivate it, the more we'll assimilate the nutrients. And in the small intestines is where we assimilate the nutrients. We start from the mouth all the way through and we absorb certain things, but mostly in the large intestines is where we get our nutrients. And when it goes in through the ileocecal valve into the large intestines, it should be liquid. We've seen, Diane's also a colon therapist, and we have seen solid food come through, meaning that people are on the run, they're on the go, and they don't chew their food.
You can see everything they ate. It's pretty.
Yeah, the chewing is the most.
Yeah.
And okra, right? We see that.
Chewing is the most important. in my opinion, chewing your food, if you want good health, chew your food.
But I just wanted to remind you that this is dead food. Okay, this hamburger is now almost 10 months old. And the donut is 6 years old. So, you know, what do living bodies need? Living food, okay? So just remember that this is dead food and try to get more living food in. If you notice, the hamburger's in great shape, but look at the sack. It's falling apart because it is actually made of natural products. Then I wanted to show you one more thing, and then Diane's going to give us her recipe. This is a paper plate that I got at Kroger, and it's made by the Solo company, and it's called Bear. And it's the only way that you should use sugar. This is made from cane sugar. All right, Diane, go ahead and tell us what you're doing.
I am making a raw form of hummus, and instead of using chickpeas, I'm doing zucchini. When I first started getting into raw food, I loved hummus, so I tried soaking my chickpeas. That's how you do raw food. You soak everything to get it soft to eat, and it just didn't come out right. The chickpeas were a little bit too grainy, so I found this. And I'm bad because I make food all the time and people want my recipes, but I don't do recipes, so I'm trying really hard during these weeks to kind of nail down recipes to give you guys. But I'm more of throw in as you go, whatever tastes good, you know, because everybody has different. I love everything spicy, so I gotta be really careful because what's spicy to me is not, or is, you know, mine's fire. But basically, well, we kind of forgot to bring the tahini. Does everybody know what tahini is? And it's pretty much the main ingredient of this. So we had sesame seeds, thank God. So I ground that. I've never done that before, so it might taste a little different, but it's okay. We'll work with it. Does anybody actually, do you have the recipe on?
The recipe
I
is...
saw it on the table. Oh wait,
Mine.
right here?
Usually I go off about, like, it depends on the size of the zucchini, but it usually is about 2, but so I just said 3 cups. And this is a blend tech. Does anybody use a blend tech or a Vitamix? So yes, I mean, it'll blend anything. You can blend an avocado pit and you can drink it. So it's really cool. I wear this thing out. I've had it for 2 years now. I probably use it 2 or 3 times a day. I worked in a restaurant and used it the whole time, and it's still amazing. So.
Do you ever use tahini instead of doing your own sesame seed?
No, yeah, I do. We just forgot it.
I can't find raw tahini, and I've tried to find raw.
They have it at
I
Whole
have, yeah.
Foods.
You can find it at Whole Foods?
It's in the refrigerated section.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. So we just kind of just throw everything together. Grab a few more tools over here. Behind you guys.
Another way that you can tell a raw chef is when they wear high heels when they're cooking.
I didn't know it was being filmed either. I was babysitter all day. Okay, and this is like, this will be your best friend. I have a smaller one, I couldn't find it. This one's more for grapes and oranges, and there's a smaller one strictly for lemons. And it calls for 1/2 cup, so I usually just use, 2 to 3 lemons, depending on how juicy they are. Some of them aren't very juicy at all. But this is a great way to get your kids to eat their vegetables. Even if you're going to use chips and you still have, your raw vegetables in here.
It's true. Good point.
Sneak them in. That's what you got to do. And if you guys have any requests for raw food during the next couple weeks, we can do themed if you want to do that, like Italian, Mexican. We can do pizza night. Everybody loves raw pizza. I can make pasta out of zucchini. We can do different sauces on it. So,
Do you do pasta?
I have a little, it's called a spiralizer. When you put the zucchini in, you just kind of.
That's really good.
Yeah,
Brittany, we had a class together and she had so much fun. What all did we make?
We made pasta, we made lasagna, we made this, and we made pesto,
Yeah.
and tomato sauce and we made dressing. And
We made a mistake. I made a mistake, so we made some other stuff.
it was really good. And then we made the Swiss chard wraps.
That was with
That was
mango.
really good.
Yeah.
I was really excited.
Now I'm just putting cumin in it. And I'm going to put a little bit of cayenne just because I always do spicy. So basically I've done sea salt, cumin, the rosemary. No, I'm doing thyme.
Garlic?
You know, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I do, but I don't know. Sometimes with the zucchini, it's a little overcooked. You can add garlic though. That's where you can kind of be flexible. I think that we need probably do a little more oil for it.
Olive oil.
Did I have it? I had it.
Grapeseed oil.
And that's it. And then you can always sprinkle a little paprika on top of it.
Yeah.
It's better, once you put it in the refrigerator, it does get a little bit thicker, so you let it sit, but
It's not even green.
I know.
There's a bowl right down there. There are a couple
Yeah, I
of them.
brought one too. What do you make?
I'm just cutting this up for people to eat it.
Oh, okay.
And that's it.
Any questions? I have no idea what it's gonna taste like.
Well, you better taste it here.
It's a bird.
Taste it and make the ooh, this is fantastic face.
Even if you put a little brags in there, it'll probably be good.
As a raw food, do you use raw nuts sometimes or?
All the time.
Okay.
I mainly use cashews, macadamia nuts, walnuts. That's kind of my 3 nuts.
Okay, let me taste it.
Go for it. It might need a little salt. I didn't make the face. Did I? Is it good?
Uh-huh.
What else is good if you're gonna do like a little party? Like if you get those little endive leaves, you can put, put that in there and then put little vegetables on top of it. It's all about pretty.